what a night, what a ball game, what a win, or what an emotional victory for the Dodgers.
Yeah, I know it's post-game, but I'm kind of an emotional wreck watching this, right? We watch Clayton, and we think he's not going to get the 3,000 the way the game was going. And then he gets the 3,000 because Dave Roberts lengthens the leash, lets him go 100 pitches, and he gets it on the last pitch. The fans go crazy. He goes crazy. We've got curtain calls. We've got 3,000 up on the scoreboard with video tributes. And we've got Max Muncy with what looks like a terrible injury, the emotions of the game, and then for Freddie to cap it off, Mookie to get the sac fly, Freddie to cap it off with his hit as much as he struggled. This game was absolutely amazing with all the waves.
Again, we got choked up multiple times tonight because you look back at this game and you have a Dodger legend, a former MVP on the mound, another milestone, really the last box he needed to check in his future first ballot, should be unanimous, Hall of Fame career. And then their trio of MVP hitters in the bottom of the ninth. Obviously, the bottom of the order did well to set the table, but Ohtani with the RBI ground out, Mookie Betts with the game-tying sacrifice fly, and then Freddie Freeman with the walk-off winner. And Freddie's been the guy who's been in Kersh's ear all season long as he's gotten closer to 3K. It's just perfect and romantic.
C3K, the hats that Clayton's kids had on after the 3,000 strikeout, that kind of sums it all up. It's got Clayton Kershaw in there with the CK. It's got the 3K for the 3,000. It's classy. It's perfect. He's celebrating with his family. It was an amazing, amazing night.
Gosh, this sport, we love it. We love it. We got another ball game tomorrow. The Dodgers going to go for the sweep against the White Sox. And we hope you'll join us once again on Sportsnet LA. Congrats to Clayton Kershaw, 3,000.
Freddie, when it came to the countdown to 3,000 for Clayton Kershaw, you, after every single start this year, you reminded him where he was at. He only had to do 3 today. How special was it watching him achieve that?
That was special. To be able to do it at home, 18 years he spent here in front of these fans, it's just special. So for him to get that one, and especially in the last one of his last at-bat, coming off the field, so these fans would give it to him, it's special.
It was clear that you two had a moment in which you embraced. What did you say to him then?
I said 0 more.
You've had big moments here at Dodger Stadium. For him to do it in front of these fans, can you describe what that is like?
No, I just, these fans, since I got here 4 years of it, have been special, and I can't imagine 18 years of it that Clayton's had. For Clayton to do it here, 3,000 strikeouts, we might never, ever see that again. So we got to witness history, and we got him a win out of it, too.
Was that made it more important for you all to get this win?
Yeah, I mean, when you have something so special like this, you want to win on these games. And just like we always do, we come back, we fight all the way to the end, and we were able to pull it out tonight.
Freddie, congratulations on this win, and congratulations on being named a starter in the All-Star game.
Yeah, thank you, Kirsten. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Interesting, for sure. Made it take too long. Honestly, didn't pitch that great tonight. Slider was so bad, but this was such a special night all the way around. It really was. Couldn't have asked for anything more, really. It just was. It was so fun to get to be out there, and you know, after the 5th, thankfully I got 1 strikeout in the 5th, so it was only 1 that I needed left, and. It's a little bit harder when you're actually trying to strike people out. I've never really had to do that before. It was hard. You give the White Sox credit too; they didn't make it easy on me at all. So it was a tough night all the way around. But what a way to end it with Freddie coming up clutch there, and yeah, just to see the fans' reaction, and you know, running back out there for the 6th and hearing that crowd roar was up there for me in special moments. It really was. So. Just super thankful for tonight, super thankful for my teammates. I told my teammates, individual awards are great, but if you don't have anybody to celebrate with, it's just, it doesn't matter, and so to have that room full of guys, coaches, strength staff, training staff, front office, everybody, just really, be happy for me is just awesome. And they were in it with me, and it just was it was an amazing night. So just a lot of gratefulness on this end for sure. Yeah. Yeah, Charlie was super fired up. I think him and Freddie reminded me the most of how many strikeouts I had left, so it was great. But all of them too. Callie was so excited, and even the two little boys. I'm not sure if they knew exactly what was going on, but they were just super excited too. So it was, and I feel bad for Ellen. I know she was nervous. I made her last 6 innings out there, just stressed out that I wasn't going to get it, and had to go to Milwaukee to do it. So. But it's just it's a special thing to get to see them on the front row up there on the Loge level. It's kind of been Ellen's spot for the whole time I've been here, so it's a great feeling to see them up there too. It's pretty awesome.
Sorry, the way your career's kind of gone the last few years, you kind of had to grind things out. Did you think you mean more tonight that you had to grind this out tonight and really push for that as opposed to coming easy?
No, I wanted it to come easy. Yeah, absolutely not. I'd much rather just got it done in the first. So, but now looking back on it, with us winning the game and the last pitch of the night being the strikeout, I don't think I would change it now. I mean, I'd give up less runs probably, but for us to come out on top like that and to be able to end it like that was pretty awesome.
Clayton, you're on a select list of just 20 pitchers. Is there a name on that list that really resonates, that hits home and makes you really get some perspective on where you're at?
It's an incredible list. I'm super grateful to be a part of it. I think for me the most recent, with CC is probably what I remember most. Obviously having Scherz and Verlander on there too, like guys that I've basically pitched my whole career with, and it's special to finally be in that group with them. But I remember watching CC and when he got traded over to the Brewers, and he pitched on 3 days rest constantly to try to get him into the playoffs all the way through, and just really put his team on his back. And it really just kind of resonated with me, like what a starting pitcher can be and what he can do for a team like that, and just kind of no regard for himself, doing everything he can to get his team into the playoffs, and he succeeded. He did it. So it's just to see him get that 3,000th, I just have a lot of respect for him. I think that was pretty awesome.
Dodger fans have been with you since you were 18 years of age. When you went to warm up, you even signaled to them. What was it like to get that long of an ovation tonight?
Yeah, we've been through it. I mean, we have. I've been through it a lot, ups and downs here, more downs than I care to admit, But, the fans tonight, it really meant a lot, and usually I try not to acknowledge anything before the game just because I'm trying to lock it in a little bit, but it was too hard not to tonight. It was just, it was overwhelming to feel that. And, it's just, I don't have a lot of great words other than it was just really special.
The stadium kind of hanging on to every pitch.
Yeah, man, the first inning didn't start great. I got a couple guys at 2 strikes and couldn't finish them off, and you can just feel that they wanted it for me so bad. And, didn't have a lot of strikeouts tonight, so it wasn't I didn't really do my part, but you could feel the tension in the fans, and they were trying to will me to do it. And, just grateful for sure.
Clayton, you've accomplished about everything a pitcher can. Like, where does this one rank for you?
I don't know, man. I think other than World Series, getting to be a part of a World Series team, the individual stuff is only as important as the people around you. So I don't know exactly how to rank them, other than it's a super special list to get to be on. I understand that, and I'm super thankful for that. And at the end of the day, getting to celebrate with your teammates, whatever it is really cool. So whether that's this or something else or winning a series or whatever it is, that's what I'll take away from this for sure.
How far back has Freddie been reminding you how close you are?
I think since I started. Yeah, I think, this year. I don't know, not last year, but I think, first start, I don't know how many starts I've made, 7 or 8 or something, but yeah, every one. The countdown hasn't been as fast as I would have liked, but he keeps reminding me. So it's cool. I think Freddie does a good job of making me uncomfortable, and it does show that he cares, though, and shows that he's happy for me. He understands, and I think that's the biggest thing, is just that group of guys, baseball players in a locker room, your peers, like that's who gets it the most out of anybody. And so they can feel it when things aren't going well. They can feel it when you've been through something or you did something special. And so to have that group of peers care about what you're doing is really cool.
Pretty good idea going into the Capra at bat that was going to be your last hitter, and if so, like how did that impact like how are you going to attack him?
I mean, I was pretty desperate to get strikeouts all day, so nothing really changed. But yeah, I mean, my pitch count was high after the first inning, you know, so it was going to be hard to get. You know, I probably wouldn't have been out there honestly if it wasn't for this. So thankful for Doc to stick with me, and thankfully I got through 6, and you know, we got the win there at the end, which was awesome.
Did you have 15 strikeouts in the game? And this was also your first 100-pitch game in 2 years. Considering all the injuries, surgeries, and everything, what's your take on getting back to that point after all this time?
I think it just kind of, I don't know. I hope I can keep doing it. Yeah, I mean, I feel fine. I'm pretty tired, but feel all right.
20 pitchers that have entered that 3,000 strikeout club. Only 3 have done it with the same team. Just what does that mean to you?
Yeah, I mentioned it before, but you know, I don't know if I put a ton of stock in being with one team early on. It's just kind of something that happened, you know, and over time, I think as you get older and you appreciate one organization a little bit more, and you know, the Dodgers are stuck with me too. You know, it hasn't been all roses. I know that. So there's just a lot of mutual respect, I think, and I'm super grateful now. You know, looking back to get to say that I spent my whole career here and I will spend my whole career here is just I have a lot more appreciation for it now, for sure.
You're not big on personal accolades. Has it gotten easy for you, like tonight, that you've gotten older and further along in your career to kind of go ahead and accept this and embrace this as a personal?
The only thing I can say is that I just am. I understand the list that the 3,000 strikeout club is, and so I am super grateful to be a part of that list. But at the end of the day, like, individual stuff comes and goes. It's just the people around you that make it special. So I'm so thankful for that, and our group of guys that we have.
What do you think will stick with you about this night when you're looking back?
Yeah, I think the fans' reaction more than anything I was so special to me. I think, you know, before the game, kind of feeling the energy in the crowd, and it was definitely like palpable. I think that's the right word. I think you could feel it, and then like, you know, after the 5th inning, going back out for the 6th, and that crowd ovation was something that I'll never forget, for sure. And then getting to, you know, toast after the game with everybody, I'll remember those things. And you know, seeing Ellen, the kids, all that was amazing too.
Clayton, did you say anything to Max when he was kind of on the ground there, and then how hard did that kind of get back into it after?
Well, I mean, you do your job, but I think we're all thinking about Muntz right now. You know, he's a huge part of our team. Made a great play there. I don't really know why he stole there. Like, it just seemed unnecessary. But I feel bad, you know, that it happened, and you know, we're all holding our breath that Muntz is going to be okay. He's, I mean, you know, obviously a huge part of our team, and especially the last, you know, 2 months, he's been unbelievable. So, yeah, I hope Muntz is okay.
The 3,001 was a cold strikeout. Did you want to strike a swing?
I wanted it over with. I wanted to get whatever. I don't care if he just closes his eye. Whatever happened, I just wanted it to be over.
Doc said that it felt like a no-hitter in that dugout. Did it feel like that for you?
Well, other than a lack of skill pitching, it felt like that. So I don't know if it felt like that. It just. Yeah, I mean, I think your teammates wanting something for you. You know, everybody wants to see that no-hitter, so it felt like that for sure.
When you're on the mound and locked in like that, especially in those 0-2 counts, how much of that breaks through into your concentration when the crowd comes alive around?
I mean, no, you're still trying to do your job. It's not it gives you more energy for sure, and like, you want to get it done, but it doesn't really change too much.
You said your slider was bad today. I think you got that 3,000 strikeout on the sliders. Is there any significance for that for you?
Other than it was like a backup, it wasn't really a good one. It wasn't where it was supposed to be. So, no, just glad he got out.
Couple more, guys. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks.
What confidence did you to send Clayton back out there? What confidence did you have to still
Well, I was hopeful, for sure. Obviously, you go through 5 innings, and he has 2 strikeouts, and pitch counts climbing up there. And, it was just one of those things that I felt that I was going to give him every opportunity to do it at home. And, fans showed out from the first pitch. Everyone was so excited, and I wanted to give Clayton every opportunity, and that was his last hitter, so that was his last hitter, and getting the called third strike. It wasn't the slider, but it was a strikeout. So you can see the emotion that he had today trying to, get that third strike. And I think, you look at the first probably 14, 15 hitters, he got to 2 strikes, probably 10 of them, and just couldn't put him away. And so just couldn't execute that final pitch. But I think it just happened the way it's supposed to happen, in the sense that it was the third out. We got a chance to really celebrate him to take the moment. Will Venable and the White Sox and Wolfie and the umpires did a great job giving Clayton his time. So it was a huge moment, and really happy for Clayton.
You've witnessed so many things, or you've experienced them as a player, as a manager, World Series. How do you describe what this was like for you, for Clayton, and just kind of how this compares to so many of the accomplishments that Clayton has had?
I think this is probably, the 300 wins for Clayton, I'm sure. But I think this is, the Cy Youngs, certainly. But I think that to get 3,000 strikeouts, that takes a long time, and a lot of, trials, tribulations, surgeries, rehab, frustration, tears, to continue to fight back, come back, show up, and post. That's hard to do. And so to get 3,000 strikeouts, and for me to be a part of, the back part of that journey for him, there was a lot of emotion for Clayton. And I hope he enjoys this one. And now I think he can even say that every box, for him has been checked.
You and he have had so many good and bad moments here at Dodger Stadium. What did the embrace mean to you?
I think it was just a culmination of, he never wants to make it about his individual accomplishments, but I think that we've been through a lot together. And so I think that, I'm one of the few people in uniform that has been through it with him, right, for quite some time. And so, we have a great relationship, and so that was kind of what the embrace was about.
What did it mean, do you think, for Clayton that you won the game? He didn't get to win, but when he goes back and looks at this box score in 20 years, it says the Dodgers won the game.
I think that means a lot. I think that means a lot, absolutely, because, like I said, he never wants to make something about himself, and his goal is, when he pitches, to win the baseball game. And ultimately, I just appreciated the way that, our guys understood the moment. Today was going to be about Clayton, and rightfully so, and to kind of get that part of it, to then recalibrate, to still focus and find a way to win a baseball game. I do think that makes Clayton feel better, that, the 4 runs that he gave up or whatever it was didn't cost us the game as well.
Was this as excruciating to watch down in the dugout and on the field as it was upstairs?
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was as tough. Yeah, no, it was tough in the sense that, you want to put him in the best position to, get the 3,000 strikeouts. He's so close, we can all kind of see it, and you're trying to will it to happen. You're trying to still manage a ball game. I'm thinking about, stress and pitch count, and there was a lot of effort tonight from him. So he'll feel it tomorrow. And so there was a lot of kind of trying to figure out how far I push him. Yeah. Very gutty.
How's Max?
So Max is going to get an MRI tomorrow. A lot of the test that they did right now, we feel optimistic. And I think that our hope is that it's a sprain. So obviously for the next, few days, I'm sure he'll probably be down. But again, the MRI tomorrow will show more.
Do you expect this to be in IL stint?
What's that?
Do you expect this to be an IL stint?
I think we'll just wait and see what the MRI kind of shows.
Which ankle, Chuck?
It was his knee, and I think it was his right knee. If I'm left knee.
Dave, back to Clayton. That standing ovation was about a 6-minute standing ovation. What did you think of the way that the fans showed their appreciation for Clayton today?
It was not surprising. Like I said before the game, our fans have been with him since he was 18 years old, 20 years old, making his debut, whatever it was. So they've seen the whole evolution. They've been with him through this entire step of the way. The buzz tonight felt a little bit like a playoff game. There was a lot of kind of all the fans were into it from every pitch, certainly when he got to 2 strikes, when he kept going back out of the dugout. And so not surprising, our fans are certainly invested in number 22, and rightfully so.
Dave, for Shohei to steal there in the 9th, to put himself in that position to win the game with that run, was that your call or was that his call?
That was something that he has a green light, and I felt that was a chance to get into scoring position for Will. And so that was an educated gamble, and certainly Shohei got a good jump right there, and it's a good baseball play.
Was there any discussion with Clinton after the 5th inning about what you guys wanted to do? Or did you just send him out there?
I sent him back out. No discussion.
Did you, after every 2 strikes, did you pray, get one more?
There were a few Hail Marys in there, yeah. There were some prayers in there, yeah. Yes, yeah.
Dave, what's it like to be in the dugout with him, especially during a game, and this one especially?
This was a little bit like a no-hitter. It was kind of where you just don't want to. I don't think I made eye contact with him tonight. Certainly didn't talk to him, so it actually a little bit felt like a no-hitter.
You said you were going to watch this kind of from a fan-first perspective as well. Did it live up to the hype?
Yeah, it did. Now I understand how fans feel. Yeah. You're just pulling for him. I was pulling for him. And I just wanted it to happen tonight. I really did, for everyone.
And Dave, you mentioned kind of just being a fan of baseball. Kind of one of the big arguments is who's the pitcher of this generation. You saw Max's 3,000 strikeout. You've seen Verlander a lot. Does this kind of put him over the top, and just kind of, do you think he's the pitcher of the generation? Just kind of what makes him stand out?
I think so. I think that as much as he's won the ERA, the strikeouts, the 300 wins, 2 championships, but yeah, I think he's the pitcher of the generation, yeah.
Dave, you talked about his journey. For you being such an integral part of that journey, what impresses you most about what he's done in that journey to get to 3,000 tonight?
I think the thing that probably impresses me the most is the consistency of preparation. I think that anytime you make an all-star team, you win a Cy Young, you win an MVP, you win a World Series, you get a contract, another contract. With Clayton, there's never been a letdown in how he prepares. And, whether, like I said earlier, he was doing dry work or, the stuff in the weight room and his sprints before, he's going to be doing sprints tomorrow. He's going to be running 120 feet tomorrow in left field. And he's done it for 18 years. So for me, it's hard when things are going well or bad to remain consistent with how you prepare. And I think that's, for me, very, very admirable. And that's certainly underselling. I just don't have an adjective to describe that.